As we reflect on sowing and reaping, I'm reminded that sometimes we'll hear about stories concerning paying it forward. There was a man who decided that he would pay for the person behind him in line at McDonald's. And this kept going on and on for about 22 cars as people continued to pay for the person behind them. They were sort of paying it forward. It's an act of generosity. If you ever noticed, the word generosity itself comes from the root word of genus, and actually the word Genesis and the word generate comes from that same word. So if we were to think of our generosity as a way of beginning something, or as a way of generating something, or of creatively being active in giving of ourselves towards others, it's a good way of thinking about generosity, because generosity usually begets something else. As we sow something, we reap something. As we give of ourselves, often we find that God will bless us. As Jesus has said, the measure with which you measure will be measured back to you. So there's a certain kind of generation, of creativity, of beginning new that goes along with our generosity. As we give of ourselves, we should certainly think of the whole creative act of God from the very beginning, that God generously pours forth his love in all of creation. Or we can think of Christ's own act of self-giving continually in a generous sense, even to the point of the cross. And if God has so generously given in that way, what can it beget in us as far as generously giving of ourselves? So we can ask ourselves today, how can I be creative in my generosity towards others?